I went to the hairdresser today and I asked for a trim, but apparently the woman thought I said, "Make me look like an astronaut's wife." Thanks for confirming my fears. Okay. I just have one of those faces people immediately assume I'm from Michigan. You know what I mean? Like whenever I'm in a department store, they think that I'm the sales girl. There's always one woman who comes up to me, "Excuse me, miss, do you have this in a size 6? I'm like, "I'm sorry, I don't work here. Try 14. Drives me crazy. One time I was on an airplane and this woman thought that I was the stewardess. I was totally offended because obviously I was wearing way too much makeup. But every time I passed her, she'd ask me for something. "Excuse me, miss, can I have a pillow and some peanuts?" And I was like, oh my God, look, if she thinks I'm a stewardess, I'm just going to act like one. So I ignored her and slept with her husband. I'm kidding, I didn't ignore her. When my mother gets her hair done, she brings a picture of Margaret Thatcher to the hairdresser with her. You know what I mean? She's one of those women. Like this, but higher. No. She ends up looking like she's wearing an LA Rams helmet. You know what I mean? Bulletproof hair. And when she goes swimming, she's never gotten her hair wet in her entire life. Hey, kids, don't splash me. I've just had my hair done. Hi, Betty. Darling swimsuit. Where'd you get that? Talbot's? It's precious. Very slimming. Drives me crazy. No, my mother, she's like a good novel, only loosely based in reality. You know what I mean? I call her for advice. I'm like, "Mom, it is so hard to live in New York. I can't pay my bills. There's homeless people. It's awful." She's like, "Darling, darling, darling. Just put on a little lipstick." And she's totally desperate to get me married. Every time I go with anyone who has like an income slightly larger than mine, anyone, she's like, "Darling, he would make a wonderful first husband." Just a little starter kit to get me going. She thinks I'm too aggressive with men, because I had my last boyfriend put to sleep. I felt really bad because the minute he got in the car, he knew where we were going. It took me forever to get him in that little carrier. I had to put a beer in it. God. But after I dated someone for a year and a half, I realized something. It's so much easier to fake an orgasm than it is to pretend you like watching basketball. Sure. Like it never crossed your mind. Okay. I went out with this newscaster for a while, but he drove me crazy because every time we were in bed, everything he said sounded like he was delivering the news. And he thought he was so funny. He'd say things like, "This just in." Back to you, Caroline.